Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the E48 podcast. Tonight, I got myself, Hector, also known as CN6, and with me, I got Jazzy.
What up?
And tonight, guys, we are going to be reviewing the 6th episode of The Penguin. But before we do, I'd like to remind you guys that you guys can listen to us on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, and YouTube. Make sure you follow our socials at E48 Podcast or go to E48visionpodcast.com. You're going to see all of our links through there. Also, make sure you join the Discord. Top link in the description. Join the Discord. Come chat with us, guys, about anything, video games, movies, TV shows, anything like that. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into it, Mario. The 6th episode of The Penguin.
Hell yeah, bro. This was another entertaining episode. We finally get to see that, it's finally winter in Gotham, and the episode kind of begins with like Oz doing a quick narration of basically kind of like a quick recap of what's happened the past couple episodes, right? And then we also see Vic, who comes in on a motorcycle. He basically drops off a duffel bag to Oz, but we also get to see the base, because in the last episode we see that Oz found this train station or tollway, whatever.
It was a trolley.
Yeah, there we go. Not toll.
Yeah,
I
trolley.
said tollway.
What'd you say?
I said tollway.
Tollway?
I was thinking that. I'm like, it's not tollway. What is it?
No, trolley. It was like a trolley underground station.
Yeah,
type
a trolley
of thing.
station. And we left off with it looking very worn down, not looking the best. And now with this, we can clearly tell time has passed. And did it ever say exactly how much time has passed?
I don't think so, man. But I could only infer that there was some decent amount of time, because what we see here is there's lights up and running.
Yep.
There is a bunch of goons now working for fucking the Penguin, and the Penguin is also narrating, saying how, look what we did. We started with just 2 buckets of mushrooms, and now we have this, now they're able to mass produce the drug, and at this time there are certain other drug actually not gang lords, whatever, that are teaming up with the Penguin. So all of this is happening. I feel like this took maybe a couple months, bro. It had to be a couple months, because the show takes place like a week after the Batman, and the Batman was sometime November, early November, and so I feel like now we're probably like December, bro. We're probably like early December, mid-December, something like that.
All right, so all right.
At least that's what I'm guessing, man. Because we see snow in here.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm assuming it's December also.
Yeah, and and keep in mind, they also were able to mass produce the Bliss, and when they only had 2 buckets. Imagine how long that took to grow.
Yeah, that probably took a couple.
Not only that, we're talking about other gangs in Gotham that are teaming up or partnering up with the Penguin. I feel like that'll take a while too. That's not all. This is not doesn't take a week. Is what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? Or 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's been a minimum a month.
Yeah, I feel like it's been
minimum a month, bro.
Yeah, I feel like we're in December, man. Like early December, maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But no, we see Vic get off the motorcycle, and we see that he's holding on to something on his waist, bro. He has a weapon on him, which I'm not surprised by it because we did kind of see Vic take a step into being more brutal when they were tracking down that one dude of the son.
He was.
And we saw that he kind of took the step there. So seeing him sport a handgun, I was just like, oh shit. And when I saw that, I'm like, I wonder if he's gonna use it. And obviously we'll get that. We'll get to that down later in the episode. I mean. Yeah. But what's it called? After that, like I said, he handed off a duffel bag to the Penguin, saying he got the money. And they basically have a conversation there saying that they need to get a couple more gangs on board before they can fully basically establish this drug operation throughout the city or whatever. What the fuck? And what's it called? Zhao, that guy, he's interested. He's now interested, but he kind of needs to get sold along with the other gang members. I don't know. Okay, I know I'm skipping ahead, but those gang members, are they in comics, or are these all brand new gangs incorporated into the show?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea.
No idea?
Because they don't. Because I'm trying to remember. Did they say their names? I think maybe it's a few of them, but they probably are or something. I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not.
Oh,
sure.
okay. Because whenever I see shit like that, I'm just like, I wonder if these games are like incorporated in like
comics,
TV shows. Like, yeah, because anything I see, I'm just like, I wonder if that's like OC. Which I mean, when I say OC, I mean it stands for original content, or like if it comes from like comic books or anything like that. I just want to know because I don't, like I said, I don't really know comic books like you do.
Yeah.
But as they're having this conversation about how like, hey, these are the next steps for the operation, you can tell that the power keeps going out in the base at the headquarters, right? And we find out that basically they're rerouting all the power to basically all the rich neighborhoods in Gotham, and so that's something that they need to get. What's it called? They need to fix that, right? So I believe after that, what's it called? We also find out that Sophia and Sal Maroni are trying to find out where they're at. Because obviously we saw in the last episode that they kind of teamed up because they both hate Oz for what obviously Oz did to them. And what's it called? They want to track him down because I think when Vic was heading to the base, he was being followed, but he lost him. Yeah. So they got kind of lucky right there, but we know that they're both hot on their trail.
Yeah, and like at this part, like we see Sophia and what was his name again? Salvatore. Was that his name?
Salvatore Maroni, I think it is.
Is that his name? We see that their relationship is starting to blossom a lot more, and they're coming up with a plan. Well, what can we do? Sophia's like, it's fine. We'll figure something out. But then he's making it clear, saying, hey, well, whoever is running the fucking operation and running the drugs is gonna run the fucking city. And she says, okay, well, we got to come up with this. We just got to make sure that if you're working with them, if you're working with Oz, there's consequences to it. And so her plan is basically kind of giving like warning shots to the other gang members by killing their henchmen and shit, basically saying, hey, if you work with Oz, the fucking Gigantes and the Maronis are going to come after you. And then
this seems crazy.
Yeah, and then now we get to this other scene where we see...
Be honest, bro. Were you expecting this?
I was not expecting
Me neither, but go ahead.
Is we see Dr. Julian, right?
Hey, man, this man freaky.
That we see him on this chair, like being tied up. And obviously, Sophia's getting dressed, and he has his like pants to like his like
knee level,
while he's sitting down, and we could just assume, man, they're getting freaky, bro.
Yep.
We see him with some like scars on his chest or some shit. I don't know.
I'm assuming that Sophia has been
torturing him or like
whipping him. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no other word. I just like rather not sugarcoat it. Go straight to it. We're assuming that. I mean, we kind of saw this coming. We knew that like Julian has this sort of fascination with power, and not only that, I think he's attracted to the power that Sophia wants. So I think as long as Sophia is getting this power, and obviously they have their history together, he's always gonna have this sort of attraction, this loyalty, this unwavering loyalty towards Sophia. And part of it's cool to see like someone that committed to a person, but when it comes to this scene right here, I was just like, yo, this is crazy, man. Like,
no, for real. And like as she was letting him go, like because she had him tied up, he's like, oh, you're bored with me already? And it's like, no, I got work to do.
I forgot he said that.
And then he's like picks up his pants and he says something like, oh, when you catch Oz, feel free to use my methods on him, or like some bullshit like that. But you see him, he's so like, Brody's a simp, bro. I don't know.
No, there's a word for it. He's infatuated, like deeply infatuated with Sophia.
But at this scene, I think to me it was a lot more creepy. It's like he's like obsessed.
It's crazy,
like obsessive.
It's a crazy obsession.
Something.
That's what I would probably nail it down to.
That's what it seemed to me. It's like he's like some type of obsessed, it's like super admiration. He says that too in the scene where it was like, why are you looking at me or something? He says, I'm just admiring you or some shit. Because whereas before I looked at him like as a normal dude, I kind of have some feelings for you, but now it's like, whoa, this dude's kind of
it's a creepy level now.
Yeah, it's like, yo, whatever you do, I want to be a part of it. Remember that was like the last episode,
and Sophia knows that.
Yeah, right. And it's like, whoa, okay.
But no, after that scene, we see Sophia gets dressed up and she basically leaves the room that she was in with Julian, and he finds that Maroni just cooking, And here we get a cool.
I guess I skipped ahead. Yeah, this is the part where they come to the conclusion.
Yeah, but basically, no, it's fine. He's cooking, and Sophia just walks in, and they kind of have a conversation about what they're gonna do with Oz. That apparently he has the upper hand as long as he's selling the drug that Sophia made. And then after that, that's when they really get a 101. Mm-hmm. They get a nice little 101. It's like, hey, what are you cooking? It's like, oh, it's a recipe that his wife taught him. And basically, this is kind of like, how should I say it? I feel like, to me, this was the relationship Sophia always wanted with his dad. Mm-hmm. That's the Falcone.
Yeah.
But she never had. Mm-hmm. So she kind of opens up right here. Because Maroney, what we know about him last episode is that family matters to him.
Yeah.
And we know that that's part of the reason why Sophia aligned herself with him. Mm-hmm. And so we get right here a moment where you see their relationship blossom. And I think it's really cool because we get two complex characters who have very sad stories, both affected by Oz, right? Mm-hmm. But for a moment, they're able to put that aside. And then they have a little cool one-on-one about family. You know, because obviously family is very important to both these people. And I think it was cool to see this side of them. And I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed this scene.
Yeah, no, definitely. It definitely ties back to with Sophia's character, and like the reason why she is the way she is because her family didn't necessarily have those values, and because the Maroney's does, that's why she was able to align with him like so easily, and she's kind of like searching for that. She's like she wants her own family, the new family, to be like that, and you could definitely see them actually maybe they'll merge, bro, or I don't have no idea, but
and become one big family.
Maybe, but I mean, I'm not gonna say
our next theory.
Our next theory, no. I'm not gonna say it's like for sure, but you could definitely see that she is like trying to be like the Maroneys, in a sense of how they handle things, inside the family, and how they are loyal to each other, and shit like that. But yeah, this is the part where we obviously they come to the conclusion about the whole, if you're dealing with Oz, well, it comes at a cost, and they do those mini messages where they take out the henchmen and shit like that. And now we're actually back in Crown Point. This is actually a pretty interesting scene as well, is where they're in Crown Point, the power goes out, Oz is trying to get the power back he has like this generator, but it's not working. Vic is cooking up some breakfast, and they sit down at the table, all of them, with Frances, which is Oz's mom. And we see she has another one of those manic episodes where she's like, yo, where's the power or whatever? If not, I'm going to go and ask Rex, Rex is... who was Rex again? Was that
the brother?
Was that his brother?
Yeah.
And because she's having this manic episode, and obviously Oz is like, hey, Mom, like, calm down. And this is really interesting. We see Vic play into her manic episode and basically says, oh, hey, don't worry about it, because Jack went down to the
station hall, or something like that. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah,
to pay the light bill and stuff. And then he's, Jack is downtown, and she's like, being calmed down and shit. And we actually see Oz kind of lose it a little bit. Like, hey, what are you doing, man? Like, don't feed into this bullshit. And he looks at Victor and really seriously tells him, hey, like, don't you ever talk to my don't you ever bring up my brother. You're not allowed to talk to him. You have no right.
That's too far.
Exactly. And like, don't feed into her manic episode. And that's where he makes her look at her as like, hey, Mom, look at me. Jack's gone. Rex is gone. It's just you and me. Got that? And this is a really interesting episode because you could kind of see, like, I don't blame Victor for doing what he did. I could definitely see why he did it. But it all comes down to, like, your morals, right?
Yeah, like where you stand in life.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, okay. What did you think that was a good way to go about it with Vic, or do you think like with Oz, hey man, just don't feed into it?
I see both points of views because like obviously from Oz's standpoint is like he wants his mother to get better and get to the point where like she's remembering things, she's mentally like okay. But then I think Vic just in that moment is just trying to calm it down. Yeah, it's like, hey, calm down. Like, hey, Vic,
and it works.
And it worked. It was calming down. But I think Oz doesn't want Vic to do that because, like, no, because, like, if you doing that kind of admits, like, hey, my mom's getting bad. and she's getting worse. And he's like, no, don't do that. My mom's not getting bad. She's not bad. She's not bad. She's good. Mom, she's both dead.
Better, yeah.
They're both dead. It's just you and me. Remember that. So he's coming from the point where it's like he's still trying to help his mom get better, and I think Vic, he's trying to help, but I don't think he understands where Oz is what he's trying to do with his mom. Of course, yeah. You know what I mean? I think Vic kind of already accepts the fact that, like, listen, bro, your mom, her time's running out, dude. It's like one of these days she's gonna, and I guess a take I have for this show is I think Oz's mom's gonna die. I don't know if I said that yet.
I think we said that last episode.
Did we? Okay, my bad. I don't remember, but I'll say it again, or I apologize for saying it again. I think his mom is gonna die, and eventually that's gonna. Oh yeah, I think we did say I'm starting to remember now. But like, yeah, I think his mom will pass away, and that eventually will lead him over the edge and go all in on taking over Gotham. But what's it called? I think Vic is just trying to do a nice thing, but like I said, it's just Oz. He's still holding out hope that his mom will get better.
Go.
Yeah,
he does not want to let go.
That's kind of like the one last thing that I think is keeping I'm not gonna say that because now he has Vic, but this is the main thing that keeps Oz grounded or keeps him like good in a way. I know it's kind of hard to say that because Oz obviously does shit things, but this is the one thing that brings. Okay, this is the one thing that brings the good out of him.
Okay,
that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
And as soon as that thing goes away, I feel like Oz is gonna just
to lose.
He has nothing to lose anymore at this point. Not even Victor, I feel like.
Yeah, and we said this in the other episode, man. When you have nothing to lose, man, that's where someone could get really dangerous, bro, because they could do whatever. But yeah, it just signifies how you basically put it perfectly, man. And him not wanting to let go, and obviously, me personally, it's super tough, man, because it's really tough. I think I would be on Oz's side. I'd be like, hey, like, I don't want to feed into the manic episode. And not only that, like, someone that, like, sure, I'm not super close with, but is also bringing up my dead brother, like, into this. Like, that's also kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, hey, bro, like, you shouldn't do that. You have no right. So I do agree with Oz in that situation. But I'm not going to shame Vic for what he did. Because, I mean, he's not only is he a kid, man, he's kind of young. But he was just trying to help. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think he meant it like in a malicious way.
I know his intentions were good.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. But with that being said, that was actually an interesting scene. But as this is happening, Oz gets a call, and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?" And that's when we find out that he receives the call that him and the Triads are out of the deal, and that is because Vic turns on the news, and we see the henchmen from was it the Triads or the henchmen from the Salvi? I forgot that fucking name, bro. There's so many.
The Maronis?
No, the henchmen that died. Remember they were hanging?
I think they're just from the guy who got the call from that group.
Was it the Triads?
I think it was the Triads. Like, it was their guys because their guys were selling it.
I thought there were it was different guys, and because the Triads saw the news, they're like, "Nah, we out."
It could be that.
I don't know. But point is, yeah, there's people hanging upside down from the street with a severed finger, and yeah, Oz is basically saying, "Yep, Sophia is behind this," and is like, "Yo, we got to come up with something." And so, what better way to, like, I guess, solve this situation is, with people dealing with us, well, we're gonna force people to deal with us.
Yeah.
And so what his plan is to release Bliss into the streets for free.
Yeah.
So that's like at a bar, anywhere, just give it out for free. And what he's trying to do here is create demand. So regardless, if a gang's territory is like, if a gang's territory is fiending up for that type of drug and shit, and they see the business and they're gonna have to turn to Oz. You know what I mean? There's nothing else that you could really do, man. Your entire territory is flooded with that drug, and so essentially that's his plan. And now he's trying to distribute it to basically every gang, every territory.
Yep. And basically after that scene, we get Vic walking through Crown Point, right? And then he gets approached by Squid, who is the he's one of his friends' older brother.
Yeah, he was at Crown Point. He was like a local
gang
drug
leader, or not a gang leader, just drug dealer, really, honestly. And he approaches Vic, and he notices, like, "Hey, yo, Vic, man, like, I see you walking around with money. You got some nice
them shoes.
You got some nice Jordans on you, boy. Like, I need some of them, bro. I need the ones. Give me the ones, right?" He's like, "I want in." And Vic is kind of like, "You want in on what?" Like, "I want. Come on, you think I was born yesterday or some shit?"
Yeah.
"I want in on the operation." And Vic is kind of just like unsure about it, and he's like, I don't know, man. Like Penguin, he's serious. Like if you fuck up, like he'll take you out. Like this ain't no game. And then that's when he gets
that's a second scene.
Oh my bad.
No, yeah, right
Oh, my
here.
bad.
Right here, it's just like, hey, I want in, and he's basically saying, yo, I don't know, man. And that's where Squid like threatens him, saying, well, hey, man, I saw you with that lady. Maybe I'll go pay her a visit if you don't let me in.
So he knows that Sophia and them are looking for them, right? He says
this is second. That's a second.
Oh, okay, never mind. That was the first. This one.
No, that's the second.
No, my bad.
Because here there was just he just threatens him.
Threatens
basically.
him.
Yeah, like, hey, I want in, and that's where. If not, I saw you with that woman over there. Maybe I might pay her a visit, and that's where that
what
scene,
he says. Oh, okay.
That's where that scene ends.
Okay. My bad. And then, well, either way, after that scene, we see Sal and Sophia have broken into Oz's old apartment in the Diamond District, and they're basically just trying to find, or they're basically rumbling through his apartment, trying to find things to where they can put or use against him. So anything sentimental to him, any family, because like I said, they think all his family's dead.
Yeah.
And what's it called? So they're basically just rummaging through all that. They see an old family photo that I think Maroni finds, and Sophia just was like, "Oh, that's his family, but they're all dead."
Even his mom. Like at this,
even
this
his
point,
mom.
she's still under the impression that Oz's mom is dead.
Mm-hmm. But what's it called? At that point, Maroni gets really mad. He's like, "Fuck!" Like he took everything from us. Like, and he has no one. So Sophia just hands him a golf club. It's like, "Here, take your anger out." And that's when Sophia goes into Oz's bedroom. And as she's like looking around in his bedroom, looks through his drawer, he finds a pair of panties, which is funny, right? Yeah. But in there it says the underwear belonged to Eve Carlo, which we all know who Eve is. Eve is that
that dancer girl.
Is she? I don't want to describe.
Prostitute,
is she
bro?
Stripper, jack of all trades, bro.
She's one of those.
So she's the jack of all trades, and so then Sophia is like,
finally have someone that Oz knows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then obviously it's with that they also find a Polaroid of them two together, I think. And obviously we know that that they think that that Francis is already dead, but at this point she's trying to find him or whatever the fuck, right? But back at the safe house, Oz hears his mother, and this is kind of a sad scene, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. We see Oz going into his apartment where obviously they've been staying at, and the first thing he hears when he enters the apartment is Francis saying, Oz, help me, and Oz is freaking out. He's like, Mom, where are you? And we find that his mom has been laying in the bathtub in freezing water for who knows how long, because Oz is usually dealing with the operation all night.
Yeah.
So who knows when she got in there and she couldn't get out, because obviously she's old, man. And when you get up there in age, bro, it's hard to move on your body. You're not that strong anymore. And we see kind of, again, Oz's mom brings out the best in him. Yeah. And we see Oz literally go full like, hey, I need to take care of my mom. He starts fucking not panicking, but going into like a state where like you kind of see him break.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And to me, it's cool seeing that, because I know, again, I'm assuming when eventually she dies, that scene's gonna go crazy. Like not crazy, but it's like emotionally, I feel like it's gonna hit.
And this is such a cool, powerful scene. And actually, real quick before I say this, is that we kind of will have essentially was the one that brought it up in the last episode, where he kind of called it out. Like, hey, what if Oz, what if she ends up dying? We talked about that. Yeah, we can see her dying, but what if he ends up killing her? Like, nah. But we see here in this conversation where she is laying on the floor, super cold, and Oz is just there comforting her, and he says, hey, like, if I get any crazier, if I lose my mind, promise me that you'll kill me, that you'll end it. And then Oz is like, yo, you're talking crazy. It's like, yeah, but I'm not now. So at this moment, she is fully aware. She's not in the manic episode. Yeah. She's completely herself.
She's normal.
And she's basically saying, hey, well, like, I don't want to be those people that are just staring into nothing and shitting themselves. And saying all these things where she says, if my mind is fully worsened and fully goes, and I want to go too. And promise me that. And that's where Oz, you could see him kind of breaking and basically says, yeah, I promise. Whether he's going to keep that promise or not, who knows? But it kind of plays into the fact what Hav was saying, yo, what if Oz kills her? Well, technically, if Oz does kill her, it's not going to be for what Hav thought initially, where it was like, oh, you're always belittling me, you're always in the way. Remember that part?
Yeah.
Where we talked about that? But it's more so out of like just a promise that he made. Hey, well, my mom wanted this. You know what I mean? Like, but that's gonna be interesting, man. That's gonna be an interesting scene if we do get it. If that actually ends up happening, I mean, I hope not. Right? I mean, but we'll see. It's definitely some character development there. But on the end of the episode, I'm not gonna jump ahead. Made me like realize, oh, maybe not. Right? We'll talk about that in a bit. But this was such a cool, powerful scene where you see Oz being vulnerable. Oz is always typically the tough guy, knows what to do. But every single time he's around his mom, you see him soften up. And obviously, I'm pretty sure we can all relate with that, man. Right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We could all relate with that.
Yeah.
It's your mom, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not going to be super stone cold around your mom. But it's such a sad scene, especially with in the perspective for him as well, but also the mom.
Yep.
Because she's kind of she's like accepting that, you know what, I'm not going to get any better.
Yeah. It's
going to just get worse from here. And honestly, there's no point in living anymore if I lose myself, quote unquote, if I lose my mind. And it's such a really sad scene, man. But you could just see the despair in both characters here. And it's like another awesome dialogue, awesome bonding moment with these two characters that I really enjoyed. Really fucking sad, man. I mean, I don't know, man.
And then after that sad moment, they have a little upbeat moment where, you know, Oz and Francis, Oz helps Francis get dressed up and says like, hey, you look, I forgot the name of the actor, but say like, hey, you look like this actress. It's from her favorite movie. And that's kind of how this.
Oh yeah, because he like ends up doing her makeup
and everything like that, saying like, hey,
that was a
Ma.
nice scene.
It's like,
too.
hey, Ma, you look fucking amazing right now.
You look gorgeous, Ma.
Yeah.
Like the Italian accent.
Yeah, for real. But that's kind of how that scene ends, and then
that was a nice scene. Too.
I know. And then we get later into the night, but which is the next scene, by the way. And then Vic kind of arrives back to the apartment, and he sees Oz as he's working on the generator, and he informs him that like, hey, dropping bliss all over the city has been working, but he has to talk to Oz about, or he wants to talk to Oz about Squid. But he can tell that like Oz is like preoccupied with the generator, but also about his mom.
Yeah, it's too cold for mom, like whatever. Yep. Like he's like not locked in. He's like
not locked in, and he doesn't want to like first like, oh fuck, like I can't tell Oz about Squid. Like basically, I like this scene because this is kind of like saying like, yo, Vic, you're gonna have to take care of it.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to take care of it because as they're talking about the whole operation and shit, Oz is like, what was that thing you wanted to tell me about? And Vic goes, oh, never mind.
Nothing. I'm
gonna do my own thing.
But my thing is, okay, would you have done that though, or would you have told him? I don't know, man. I feel like because I'm gonna be real. I don't think he was just okay. We got this scene with his mom, right? So obviously he's having these like this moment, and obviously us as the audience we know that, but Vic, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know what happened, so he probably just thinks that like he's ignoring him. Does that make sense?
Or
and then that's why he's like,
or maybe it's one of the things where, bro, like it's a human thing. Like, yo, I can tell he's going through something right now. Like he's focused on this generator, but he's clearly focused on something else.
That's true. Yeah.
I think he probably picked up on that. He's like, oh, I can't, like, compared to whatever he's dealing with right now,
I can't dump shit.
I can't dump this dumb little problem that I have.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And it kind of goes back to him like adapting and him taking matters into his own hands, like him actually taking action. Yeah.
And so I think after that, then we see Sophia, who's like patrolling the streets or whatever, looking. She's in the part of the city where like all the hookers are at, basically is what I'm trying to say. And then she runs into her name's Roxy, I believe.
Yeah, just another like, I don't know what dancer, prostitute,
one of the two, right? And she basically says like, hey, you're looking for Oz's main girl, I can take you to her for a price or whatever the fuck. And so basically Sophia's able to find her way to Oz's chick. I forgot her name. Oz's chick. Eve, there we go. She found Eve, right? But then
Eve is like not even shocked.
Yeah.
Right. She's there with pointing a gun at her. He's like, oh well, hey, what? Is like, why aren't you? Like, you seem like you're not surprised. Well, I'm the one that told Roxy to give you the information just to save us a headache.
Yeah.
And this is where, you know, Sophia's kind of confused. She's like, what the, like, okay, well, where is he? He's like, well, he didn't tell me. Like, he didn't tell me exactly. He just said, like, the location. I remember. Yeah. I do remember, but not exactly where he's at fully. Or actually, no, that's a lie, right? You know, he did tell her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he did tell her. I remember, because he had like a mini crash out. Like, fuck you mean you ain't gonna go with me? Mm-hmm. Remember that crash? That was like, dude, come on.
I know.
That was a crazy crash out.
Yeah, I know.
After everything I've done. He starts crashing out. But he did, because she's doing her part, I guess, and basically saying, "Oh, well, he would never tell someone like me." And then they're having this one-to-one type of moment where, hey, listen, if you're gonna kill me, just leave my girls alone, okay? And Sophia's like, wait a second, you still think I'm the hangman? And then she basically ends up telling Eve the truth, and Eve is kind of taken aback about it, and we see this like bonding type of moment. It's like, wait, so you just came here, you just led me here to you to protect your girls. He's like, well, yeah, like I give you, if I give you like what you want, just at least let my girls go. If they got my, and then she also, and Sophia was also like, yeah, because they never really I was asking around, and then they didn't rat you out. And then Eve is like, well, if they got my back, I got theirs. And this is kind of plays into the themes with Sophia, the shit that she's trying to search for, and the thing that she wants. And I feel like maybe that also played into a factor of maybe this is the reason why she kind of spared Eve, because she ends up sparing her, and it could be because she developed that admiration of like
loyalty.
What's up?
And loyalty is what you're trying to say, or no, or something else? No,
like just she admires her mentality of like, hey, if she has my back, if they have my back, I have theirs. Kind of like with the Maroney situation. And I feel like that maybe played a factor into why she ended up sparing her. And this is part that pissed me off, bro, because I'm like, because you wanted to bring up loyalty, but it's like, yeah, loyalty to the girls, but loyalty to Oz, man, where that at, bro? Because as Sophia's leaving, that's where she fucking cracks, man. Fucking Eve cracks and reveals where Oz is staying at.
Oh, well, we should say the reason why she cracked was because when she asked, like when she said, are you still the hangman? And Eve said, well, yeah. Well, like, Oz never told you.
Yeah.
And that's because, what's it called? Oz knew about the girls that Falcone killed.
Oh, yes, you're right.
That's why she wasn't going to reveal the location. But Oz lying to her is what made it.
Yeah, because Sophia explained that it was Carmine, the person that Oz was working for, killed her friends, and Oz knew.
And never told her.
But never told her. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
so she kind of had some, like, that resentment. And she basically revealed where he was staying, just Crown Point, and that's where Sophia's like, "All right, bet, thanks." And man,
it's tough, man.
I get it though. I get it, bro. You know what I mean? Like, if you found out that, hey, one of my lover or whatever the fuck, like, knew about who killed my friends and never told me,
my girls.
Yeah, you'd feel a certain way as well.
Yeah.
But as Meech's watching as an audience, man. Come on, man. Fuck you, man.
Yeah, I know. We're all rooting for Oz.
And that's what that's how you know when you have like a actually really great show and great writing, is where even though Oz, we know he's a terrible person, we know he's a bad person. The fact that we could sympathize with him and shit that's how you know you have top tier writing. I mean, I could only. When I think of shit like that, I think of, like, obviously anti-heroes, right? People are not a super good person, but especially Joker, the good movie, the 2019, the 2019 Joker movie, where we can sympathize with the character, but if we're gonna be honest, he just does not great things.
Yeah,
so that's how you know we got top tier writing here, man. Is when we're rooting for a person that's not really a good person, man. But anyway. After that, go ahead, Mario.
I was about to say, I think this thing happened before that scene, but I we should still mention it. Is that the Oz pulls up to City Hall? You know that one. That one. I was about to say, like, because you started, I was like, you know what, just fucking go with it, because it's not that big compared to that scene.
Oh, so it was cool. Wait, it happened before Sophia reached Eve?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
You're right. It's such a small scene.
Because this was that scene happened, I think, at the very end. It's like the second to last moment in the episode.
Oh
yeah. So this scene it plays into the next one, actually. But we'll start off here. So Oz basically pulls up to City Hall. He finds this Councilman Haiti. Is that how you pronounce his name? And he pulls up on him. He's like, "Hey, Councilman Haiti, like, how you doing?" Like, basically saying, chopping it down, trying to calm him down or whatever the fuck. Haiti knows Oz, obviously. He knows, like, "Hey, Oz, what the fuck do you want?" And he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to reroute power back to Crown Point, not just to the rich motherfuckers." And obviously Hades like, why the fuck would I do that? But then Oz, obviously, he promised his mom. And so he's gonna keep that promise. And so he basically just fucking.
He like grabbed pliers.
Yeah, there we go. And was it his nose? Yeah, it was his nose.
Yeah,
and he pinches it.
He pinches the bottom of like.
I don't know what you call this part.
It's like,
what do you call this part?
Because that's where like you put like the septum ring or some shit. Like for what people
who like get that pierced.
Their septum pierced. Septum, is that what it's called?
I don't fucking know, bro. I don't know what that part's called.
You know what people say? I got my septum pierced.
I don't know anything about piercings, bro.
No, but listen, I got my septum pierced.
So then, yeah, probably, yeah. Using context clues, then
it's probably septum.
Okay, so we're assuming.
I don't know, guys. Fuck, we don't know.
The part in between the two holes of your nose. That's the part we're talking about, all right? He puts the pliers.
We're having a low IQ moment right now. But context clues, yes.
Yeah.
I got my septum pierced.
Yeah.
Probably is that. I don't know. But anyway, right there.
His nostrils, I don't fucking know. But he basically forces Oz to like, hey, turn the power back on to Crown Point, or else I'll be back.
No, because he has some dirt on him. He says, how would you feel if word got out that you use government-funded money to gamble or like some bullshit like that? He has some dirt on him, and he says, and like, if you don't, you will know who I am, and you're gonna regret it. Like he threatens him, and he's like, okay, I'll do it, and that's where like he drives off.
And then I think after he drives, this is funny because like even after this like fucking scene, this is funny. This is the shit where I'm like, all right, this is actually kind of funny. He gets in the car and like the dude, the councilman, he's like trying to back up, and I was like, come on, you can fit. You have hella room. Come on, you got it. Shit like that. I'm like, fucking Oz is funny. But I think after that, he receives a phone call and about the gangs or whatever and how they want to back out. And he's like, all right, set up a meeting, get all the gangs together, right? And so he sets up that meeting, and then that's when we get a scene with Vic, and he meets up with Squid, right? And then he tries to tell Squid, like, hey, man, like, this is where what I meant to say this part right here. He's like, hey, man, the Penguin, like, Oz, he's no joke, bro. Like, he's serious. Like, he's hard on people. And he tries to, like, let him out, like kind of with money. He's like, hey, I can't get you in, but, like, here's this for now. And if anything opens up down the road, I got you, bro. Like, I got you. I just can't get you in right now. And then I honestly thought Squid would take it. I'm not gonna lie with you. Did you think Squid would take the offer? Because to me, it's like, fuck, I can't get it now, but he's giving me a shit ton of money every week. He said, I'll give you this every week, so you have extra cash coming in, and if anything opens up, he'll let me in.
I thought like that would shut him up for a bit, and then he'll come back later. I thought that's what was gonna happen. But no, he actually ends up like denying it basically, and he says, no, man, I want in. It's like, hey, man, Oz, like, no, because that's what he mentions. I know Oz, blah blah blah. And this is where Vic kind of realized, oh shit, he knows he knows these people, and or like and he kind of threatens him by saying, I also heard that the bigger ups of gangs are looking out for him, or looking for him. Maybe I could work with them and make more money and shit. And so Vic is like he's like, oh fuck, what am I supposed to do? He's like, all right, man, I'll take you to him. He's like, all right, bet, but you know he's not gonna be here in a couple of hours, man. He said, it's okay, I'll wait. Lead us on. And I'm like, oh fuck. And so as Vic is like, all right, follow me. We're underground. He says we're underground. I'm like, oh, no. Vic, you gave him the info. And I'm like, all right, something's going to happen here. And sure enough, Vic quickly turns around and shoots him, bro. Shoots him in the neck. And Squid leans up against the wall, falls down, and is now bleeding out from his gunshot wound in the neck and losing a lot of blood. And we see Vic just kind of crash out a little bit, man, because he's like apologizing, saying sorry. Oh fuck, why'd you make me do it? I'm sorry. And this is Vic's first kill, man. And that's one thing. That's so obviously him being shaken up about it is a big deal, and it's just at this point, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like it was satisfying for that motherfucker to die.
Yeah,
right. It was satisfying, but at the same time, I was feeling bad for Vic.
Yeah, because now at that point, it's kind of like, all right, Vic. I mean, there was no going back, but now there's officially no going back. Like, you've entered this.
You just murdered somebody.
You just murdered someone.
And I hope he stays murdered, bro. I hope it's none of that bullshit where, like, I just got grazed in the neck and he comes back. You know?
Oh, no.
I hope it's not that.
He looked dead.
I know.
But if he comes back, bro, I'm not going to lie. That'll be a negative.
That'd be weird, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, how do you survive that? Your neck. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But, because I only bring that up, bro, because I know some shows kind of do that sometimes. Yep. And I just hope it's not one of those cases. But yeah, we see Vic actually going through it and just he's really shaken up about it. And I mean, it makes sense, bro. I think anybody would be shaken up about it if you murdered somebody for the first time.
Yeah, Yeah,
And
fuck that.
That's just...
It just makes you feel for Vic, bro.
Yeah, man. I feel bad for Vic.
And then I believe after this scene, I think that's when we get that Sophia and Eve moment, obviously, right?
Yeah,
but while that moment was going on, we see Vic coming back to the trolley station, their headquarters, guys, where they their whole operations at.
Yeah.
And Vic, I mean, Oz can clearly tell that what's it called? That Vic is going through something, and that he can come to a conclusion like, yo, Vic. He took his own. He didn't take his own life. He took someone's life. He killed someone for the very first time, and then that's when
the Penguin like easily caught that on, man.
Yeah, he's like he picked up because he knows that feeling. He's like, oh, I know what happened. I've been there before.
And you remember, like, I remember him talking about some guy. We had a problem back in the apartment. And I wonder, like, he put the pieces together. And he's like, oh shit, he dealt with it.
Yeah,
and he just says, did you get away clean? And he's like, yeah, I think so. And you see this moment where like he ends up hugging him and stuff, and this just goes to show like another moment where, because we've been talking about it this whole time, where Oz kind of sees himself in Vic because he's essentially been through what he's been through. Yep. And immediately Vic didn't have to say a word, bro, and Oz already knew what the fuck would happen. And that's like such a clearly a lot of experience that Oz has developed throughout these years, and like and first-hand experience that he was able to catch that immediately, and he ends up hugging him and trying to comfort him, and like this is another awesome bonding moment between Vic and Oz. But yeah.
After that, I think Vic goes back to the apartment, and Oz meets up with the local gang leaders of the city, which he calls the Gold Summit, right? And then as like we're at like this location where the meeting's holding up, and Oz for some reason he decides to like just hand everyone beers. So he's throwing out beers to everybody, and
all the gang members are the leaders, I guess.
Zhao's there, and the other ones where I forgot their names, right? I think there's like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
But as he's passing them out, he's basically saying he's declaring war or like a fight against like the rich, against Sophia, against the Maronis. And Zhao initially he's like well, why no, like fuck you, like everyone knows you're a betrayer, like you lie or whatever the fuck. That's right facts, and then
he betrayed everyone he's worked with. He's like, hey. At that point, bro, I was kind of like,
I'm like, shit. For real though, I'm just like, dude, how do you get out of that? Like, how do you persuade motherfuckers after you legit just got called out like that in front of all the gang members? But then Oz did the only thing that you really can do, and that's tell the truth. Like, well, yeah, you're right, I betrayed Falcone, I betrayed Sophia, I betrayed
Alberto.
I popped Alberto. I'm the one who killed him. I did all that, right? But like they're the rich, they're powerful. They've always like we have always worked for them. Like we get nothing while they get everything. They live in the nice neighborhood, but we live here talking in the goddamn I don't know where the fuck area they were talking at, right? And so he's able to convince all the gang members by giving this grand speech, and it was a fire speech. I'm not gonna fucking lie, but he's able to fucking convince them by popping open the beer can, and they all open their beer cans. So basically, this basically shows that they're all aligned with Oz. So now Oz has his army or whatever his troops. So now he has the bodies to fight. Sophia and the Maronis, right? That's
because if they all come together, man, they'll have enough manpower to basically stand toe to toe with the Maronis and the Gigantes. And it's one of those typical like type of storylines that I've seen in other movies and shows. The whole like eat the rich thing. Yeah, you feel me? Like fuck the rich people. Exactly, right. That's kind of where it's going right now with the Penguin, but it obviously kind of makes sense because the way Oz kind of explains things is, hey, we built this shit and these motherfuckers don't even know who you are. They don't even know your name. What about he looks over at the I forgot what that gang is, but your ancestors built that bridge. And it's not called
your name's not even on it.
Exactly, type shit. You know, like nobody knows who you are. Nobody cares about who you are. And we're just supposed to give up. And this just kind of shows also the Penguin's characteristics, how he's really good with words and really good at like getting himself out of certain situations, man. He's very a personable guy. Like even though he's very like he's not like a great person, the way he presents himself and the way he's able to communicate with others and portray a certain picture is like next level type of like manipulation, next level type of planning ahead. Because let's be real, man, he's doing this to save himself.
Us, the viewer, we're like, oh, bro, he's just gonna use all these motherfuckers just to kill Sophia and the Maronis, like get them off the fucking game.
Exactly. And then once they're out, I feel like the Penguin is going to go
he's
back.
Probably
to
gonna. He's gonna be the new leader, right?
Yeah.
And he might run things differently, but he's gonna be the guy on top, not these motherfuckers. It's gonna be him. Like we know what's gonna happen. Exactly. But what's it called? So that was a cool scene because we see how he gets its truth. But then the episode kind of ends with back at the apartment in Crown Point. We see Vic and Francis just chilling in the apartment, and all of a sudden that scene that we talked about earlier with the councilman, he actually kept his word. He got power back into Crown Point, and so we see Vic and Francis. They're celebrating to like a record because now the power's on. They can play a record, so they're dancing or whatever. Fuck, it's a very upbeat moment because remember we just came off a W with Oz rallying the troops. Now the power's back on. We see Francis and Vic having a good time. So vibes are up.
Yep.
So as the camera's panning, like it's like a little like horizontal shot, like really cool shot. We see that Sophia has found them. And she's holding a crowbar, or what the fuck is she holding?
Yeah, she's holding like a crowbar.
A crowbar, and she just sees Vic and Francis having a good time, and it's hard to judge her emotions because she looks like she's kind of sad that she has to ruin this. That's what I got.
That's kind of true. Yeah, she does seem that way, and she's kind of like taken aback because at this point she finds out that's his mom because as she like, I guess looking at them. Mm-hmm. Francis is like saying my boy Oz,
Oz, yeah,
and she's like, whoa, what the fuck? I thought she's been dead this whole time, and it's super weird because you could see kind of like a mixed emotions with her character. You could definitely see what you said, Mario, where like, oh, like I kind of feel bad I have to ruin this, but also kind of taking it back to where it's kind of fueling her anger, like, no shit, like I should have known he lied about this too. I've been lied. I've been dumb. I've been tricked again.
This circles back to that moment they had when they were at Alberto's funeral, where he talked about his mom. It's like, when I lost my mom, blah, 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 whatever. I forgot what he said exactly, but that was a scene where I think it also affected Sophia in their relationship, where like that's where Sophia was like kind of earning her trust back with Oz.
Exactly.
So it kind of goes back to that moment where it's like that motherfucker lied about his mom dying to me, and he used his mom to make me feel better about Falcone. And that's just
knowing that her mom actually died.
Yep. It's like damn, like how like it's like how fucked up are you? I was like, God damn.
And like Sophia as a character, she is kind of unpredictable, bro. I'm not gonna lie. So at this point, what the fuck is gonna happen? And this is the moment where I realized, oh shit, I guess Oz is not gonna kill her. Could it be that Sophia might do it? Or kidnap
she might,
her,
bro, because Oz killed her brother.
But to be fair, man, I don't see Sophia as like
stooping to that level.
I don't know. Or the way that her character is, I feel like
she's gonna be like, "I'm not you, Oz. I don't kill family."
Like some type of.
She's
bullshit.
Already dead away. I'm gonna let her disease kill her, not me.
Type shit, you know.
But you're gonna do this for me, Oz. You're gonna do this
or something, dude. Because if she was like a stone cold killer, bro, like how she was in the comics, bro, she was actually the Hangman. She would have killed Eve, bro. Like after she said Crown Point. Oh, like for me, look, I was like, what if it was when Eve said, "Oh yeah, they're in Crown Point." She's standing up, it's like, "Thanks," and like shoots her, bro.
That'd be crazy.
That would have been crazy. Well, that would have been hard, right?
Yeah.
That would have been like, whoa, because because the reason why it would be hard is because it just goes to show that she's unpredictable. She can have these like heartfelt like type of moments, but then she could like switch from 0 to 100 real quick. Like she means business, like what she did to Johnny Vitti. Remember that? And it kind of supports the thoughts that we've had about their, like, it's a mirror reflection with Sophia and Oz of how they are, because Oz is kind of like that as well. He's unpredictable as well. We see him being vulnerable and has like a soft side for Vic and shit, and then we see him having those compulsive moments where he just killed fucking Alberto Falcone. Like, you know what I mean? It kind of it'll play into that. So now, actually, not looking back into it, would you have preferred that if Sophia said thank you and then just pops her, bro?
I wouldn't.
I don't know. I think either way, I would have been cool with it.
I like this way because I can see why she left her alive, because like, oh my god, she's ride or die with her girls.
That's true.
And that's one thing that Sophia really likes out of people.
Yeah.
But then I can also see the fact, like, yo, you helped Oz out after he killed my brother. Pop.
That's true. So, like, I feel like it could have worked both ways, man. Because you can definitely see why she spared her, because she admires the whole family code bullshit, right? But she also knew that Oz fucking killed her brother, man, and maybe that could have made her snap and just fuck it, hey, I don't need you no more. But who knows, man? We don't know. So, like I said, because she's unpredictable, this scene where she is almost like the Batman, she was able to sneak in the building. I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah,
right. And she's staring into Francis and Vic. Who knows what she's gonna do, man? And that's one thing I also really do like about this episode, and it just kind of keeps you watching, man. After every single episode,
something always hooks you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, the ending always hooks
like you don't think it's like, oh, is there ever gonna be an ending where it's like, all right, bet I'm looking forward to, but it's not something where I'm like, oh my god, I can't wait. Type of feeling. Yeah. No, every episode's been like that, which is fine.
Exactly. So what do you think, Mario? What do you think is gonna happen here? I don't think he's gonna kill her right away. I think he's obviously gonna kidnap her. I feel like.
Nah, she's definitely gonna kidnap her.
She's gotta kidnap her. What about kidnap her and Vic? I think both, bro.
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think based off what the preview gave me.
Oh, you saw a preview? I didn't see the preview.
No, it's fine. Based off what the preview gave me, I think it's gonna be kidnapping. I don't know what happens to Vic. I'm be honest with you. I think Vic's there and he's just like. Just there for info.
What if she ends up killing Vic, bro?
Nah, I'll be pissed. Honestly, I'll be pissed. I'd be like, no, there's no way you build up Vic like this just to die in the fucking 7th episode. Like that, that would be an L, in my opinion.
No, especially because like his character's still developing, bro. Yeah. He just killed his first ever person.
Yeah, I was about to say that would be an L.
That inherently that is character development.
If that actually, I don't think it would happen. I'm saying, but if that does happen, that would take a point off for the show for me. It's like, bro, you wasted a whole fucking thing.
That's true, man. Wasted potential.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, sadly, it's not a masterpiece. It would be a 9 if I were to give it.
Exactly. Wasted potential. And so far, this show, in my opinion, I don't think is wasting any potential.
No, every character that's had screen time, even the side character, it's all felt meaningful.
Yeah.
When your side characters have meaningful moments, that's how you know you have a good show. Like, Eve was a side character in the show, but we have that one-on-one with Sophia where it has weight. There's emotion. There's actual stakes there. And you're like, holy shit. Yes, we have the main villain, but we have a side character who's having a lot of screen time right now, and it's fire.
Yeah.
So when you have that in like any show, anything, movie, whatever the fuck, it's a W, man. It's a fucking W. But I don't know, man. I think Oz is gonna find out that his mom and Vic are what's it called, held captive, and him being desperate, he's gonna take another L in the next episode. I don't know how, but he's gonna take an L. Somehow.
And here's the thing: this is the 6th episode, so the next one's the 7th, and then there's only 8 episodes, right?
I don't know. I think 8 or 9. So there's only 2 to 3 more episodes left.
Yeah. Fuck, excuse me. But I wonder how that's gonna play out. Are we gonna see the Penguin like fully on top by the end of the episode, or not? You know what I mean? Is it just gonna bleed over into the Batman too?
My assumption. I guess it's not a hot take, a crazy take.
Okay.
Is that I think his mom does die next episode.
Ooh.
And then we see full on revenge Penguin.
Ooh.
And then the last 2 episodes are going to be insane.
I hope so.
That's my crazy take. Is that I think Penguin's mom.
I hope
dies.
so. Okay, but let me ask you this: do you think at the last episode of the Penguin is the Penguin going to finally be on top?
Yeah, he has to be on top. Unless they plan multiple seasons.
Wait,
is it confirmed multiple seasons or just this is one season thing? Well, if it's a multiple season thing, then I don't think he's gonna come out on top, but he will be like he would probably achieve something big. That's like, oh, he's legit. He's one step away.
I have a feeling that maybe he's not gonna be on top. Maybe he's close. Something extravagant is gonna happen, and then the story, or with his character, might bleed into the Batman 2.
Okay, this is kind of funny. Even though they said Batman's not going to make an appearance, you think they lied about it? They can always lie, bro. I mean, they lie. They do this.
I saw someone on Twitter say something like he was like really upset that like Batman wasn't in it. He's like, bro, what the fuck? Maybe like one little thing where you look at the sky and we just see him glide, like, like something.
At that point, bro, I think it's kind of like pointless. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of pointless, bro. Like at that point, that's just pointless fan service.
Yeah,
I don't think he's gonna make an appearance. Still,
keep in mind, we're like in Crown Point, man.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like Batman ain't chilling in Crown Point.
Yeah. What if it's like you're not gonna see Batman, but we see Robert Pattinson, we see Bruce Wayne?
So, man, I don't know. I feel like there's no point for him right now.
I mean, I wouldn't mind either way. I feel like it all depends on it.
Yeah,
really.
So I don't know. Maybe I think by the end of the season, something extravagant is gonna happen.
They gotta mention him.
I feel like something extravagant is gonna happen to where the Batman's gonna be is gonna notice it. the Batman's gonna notice it,
Okay.
and then that's gonna play into the Batman Part 2.
Yeah, there we go. I like that. I think
Something
that,
like
yeah,
that.
I like that idea.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I
That's just
see
my
that.
guess.
No, I see that one way more.
But imagine we just see like in the background Oz is talking to Vic, and we just see Batman like just glide behind him with a gadget.
That'd be
or some
funny.
Shit. It's like, what the fuck? Oh shit.
Uh-huh.
But I just saw that, man. Someone was like complaining about that. It's like, just something, give me something. It's like, why, man? Just enjoy for what it is. We don't need the Batman. I don't. Right now, this is just typical like criminal activity. That, like, it's not a big deal for the Batman to really.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He has bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean? Like, you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, after the whole Riddler shit, maybe between the part 1 of the Batman and maybe till the end of the episode of the Penguin, maybe it's been like a month and a half or 2, because the Penguin started a week after the first movie. So during that month and period, whatever, maybe the Batman is just, I don't know, he's just
recovering
trying to
shit.
Recover, like trying to help the city, or like, I don't know, bro. Who knows? But I do think something big's gonna happen. Maybe
that gets his attention.
That's gonna get his attention.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
But if not, then I guess I'm wrong. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's confirmed that there is gonna be another season. I don't know. But I just have a feeling, man, that I have a feeling that Oz is not gonna be on top by the end of the season. You know what? I'm kind of leaning more now after we talked about it a little bit that this is probably gonna be a 2-season show. Ooh. Because obviously, cool. Didn't they confirm 3 Batman movies? I think so. Yes.
So if there's a third one, why not do a second season in between Batman
That'd be fire.
2 and 3, and then you end the Penguin show obviously in between both movies?
Would you? No, that'd be fire. Would you want another spin-off show?
In this world, yeah.
I was thinking Catwoman.
That would be hard. Yeah, that would be hard.
We get a spin-off show of Catwoman, bro, and see what the fuck she's up to, or like how she became what she is now, and
like a prequel show or something like that,
or maybe or something. Or I feel like there's some potential there, because Catwoman in the movie was actually fire, and I'd like to see like her, like I want to see more of her, not because she's bad or anything, but
yeah, I know.
I mean, you know,
no, she a baddie and a baddie. Yeah. I mean, that would be cool because we can only assume.
I mean, okay, fine. Part of the reason is because she's bad. But
no one blames you, bro.
I'll throw it in.
But I mean, I think that depends on how much time there is between.
Sorry to cut you off, but speaking of her, she was actually dating a celebrity that we know.
What?
Or not that we know personally, but like an actor.
I have no idea.
And dude, and I was shocked. I'm like, what? They're fucking going out? Oh, I forgot who.
What was he in?
My God, I'm trying to remember. I don't know. Finish your thought. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
I was about to say I would be for sure be up for that happen for Catwoman to have her own show, but I think it depends, right? If Penguin ends up being a 1-season show, then obviously that leaves the opportunity for a Catwoman show to take place between Batman Part 2 and Batman Part 3. But the only way I could see both shows happening if Penguin were to get season 2 and Catwoman were to get greenlit.
She was dating Channing Tatum, bro.
What?
I swear, bro. Yes.
Oh,
it says we're here. They're engaged. I saw that they were engaged, but then a couple of days ago I saw that they maybe either they're engaged or like they call off the engagement or something like that.
Okay. I had no idea, bro.
Yeah, me neither, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway.
Nah, okay, so I was just saying that like it would be cool to have both shows in between 2 and 3, but I don't know if they would do that. Like I said, I think the more realistic thing is that Penguin's a 1-season show, and then you do and then you do Catwoman between 2 and 3, and you tell her story.
That'd be cool. I think there's potential for that.
Because I think what else? That sort of strategy has been done before. I'm trying to think with what show though. Have they done it with Game of Thrones? No, it's not the same thing, but like they're doing it with Game of Thrones kind of, where like with House of Dragons that just finished, but season 3. I don't think hasn't started yet, but another spinoff show is happening in between House of Dragons and House of Dragons season 2 and 3. They're doing another spinoff of a brand new show. So like they could do that type of sort of idea, which I don't mind. Like every year you get a new show, but then it's one of those things where it's like, if you do it every year, is the quality going to remain the same?
That's true. That's very true.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but. I mean, overall, actually, you want to go your final thoughts on your rating?
I think this ending to this episode, it's one of my favorites. I like how it ended a lot. It leaves you really excited for the next one. I love the moment between Francis and Oz's episode. I think they had like two. The one when they were having breakfast, and the one where where Francis basically tells Oz like, "Hey, if I get worse, I need you to kill me. I'm not gonna end up like one of them." When I think that's such a powerful moment and a powerful scene. The thing with Vic, this episode, his moment, I think was really cool. Seeing his first kill and how it affected him. This episode, man, I think it was another banger, man. Another amazing episode. I think I would probably give this one another 10.
Oh, wow.
Another 10, man. I really it hit on everything.
Damn.
Hit on all cylinders.
Damn, bro. I mean, I definitely agree with what you said. I think here's the thing. I'm trying to think. I think the previous episodes, just a tiny bit, I might have enjoyed a bit more.
For real, wow.
Just because the character centric episodes. This one was also fire, obviously, but I just, for some reason, the other episodes I felt like it was like, whoa, like it was above than what I was expecting. And here with this episode, I kind of expected certain things to happen.
Ah, okay.
Besides the ending, obviously the ending where Sophia's just standing there like the Batman. But like this episode, I kind of predicted certain things that was gonna happen. Like I knew that maybe that Vic was gonna do something about Squid and like because he had the gun and the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
So there are some moments here that I kind of put pieces together. And I'm like, oh, okay, that happened and shit. But it was still excellent, man. It's still amazing. But the other episodes, I felt like it was above and beyond. With this one, I still enjoyed it. Still absolutely fucking fire. I'm gonna give this one a 9.
All right,
9 out of 10. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know what you guys think in the comments, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.
Peace.